Me. Welcome to the Creative Chronicles podcast. I'm Romy.
I'm Rebecca.
And this is your weekly entertainment fix and insight into the industry. Yeah. You should be watching us by now. If you're not, then
What are you doing?
welcome!
But also welcome.
Welcome.
Hi.
This is sort of like a little bonus episode. We've got the Halloween decorations up.
Because we love Halloween, and if you don't love Halloween, then what are you even doing?
Yeah, what's happening?
Kinda.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Is it the pagans that don't like Halloween, or did they invent it? Can't remember. But
Can't
somebody
remember.
hates Halloween. Hate you all.
Not us. Not us.
Yeah, so this is just a fun little episode because Becca and I absolutely love things like the paranormal. We love talking about films. So we're going to do a bit of both.
Oh my god. Paranormal. This building is haunted, so
Stop it.
it's because I moved that because it was touching your hair. Imagine I just slap you in the back of the head. Anyway.
So we can keep talking about favourite horror films. We have mentioned it in our Halloween episode.
Yes. Our
So
favourite
just
films.
So I think we can start on just simply what... So for me, I'm thinking of What Lies Beneath, okay? I'm going to films
Here we
that
go.
aren't necessarily my favourite, but films that I can
Watch
over
and over
again.
And it's not.
'cause-
I don't technically class it as a horror. It's just a
yeah.
creepy.
like a psychological thriller.
Yeah, this is where I'm going. Yeah,
We'll break up the genres. We'll talk some psychological,
Yeah.
then we'll talk some slasher,
love slasher.
and then we'll go on to some like personal experiences. And
Yeah,
get all,
some creepy
get all like
things.
woo woo.
Woo! Anyway,
So, yeah, the psychological in What Lies Beneath is he's trying to convince his wife everything's fine, when really a ghost is coming back to warn her that he killed her kind of thing. And it's this creepy, what's going on? Is she crazy or is this paranormal?
it's so well done
Yeah.
for like a kind of. It's a bit cheesy. It's a bit corny, I guess, at times, but there's so many layers to it. Like,
I loved it.
She had a car accident and she can't remember the night of the accident. She gets all these creepy things like the computer turns on.
Yep.
There's music. The door keeps opening, and there's like
There's the classic
in the
drawing on
in the mirror.
You know,
And she keeps seeing like a
yeah.
girl's face in the water, and
it's just great. And Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford,
Yeah.
A-class actors, and I think that really helps as well. Like, there's a lot of horror films being made. They're quite easy to make in that sense, and they're great for like. They're great. I can hear it, and that's what's freaking me out. I'm getting all scared. But having those such like A-star actors in it,
Mate.
I just completely believed it from beginning to end. I was
Loved it.
completely drawn
When
in.
she's on top of him and then she changes, her face just shifts because she looks so much like the girl that he had an affair.
Oh, it's freaky as hell, isn't it?
Your wife.
Oh, God, it's so but it's one that I can watch over again.
Yeah.
So there's certain horror
I'll
films
always put
I'll
it
never
on.
watch again. Either they were too scary or I thought they were naff.
Yeah.
But I can, like, if I went home now and What Lies Beneath was on the telly, I'd watch it.
Mate, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah. It's great. I love watching this.
And I can watch it over again.
Here we go.
So, do you have any films that you can watch over again that are, like, psychological?
Fucking loads. One of them that I just rewatch things over and over. It's a comfort thing. We touched on it, I think, before in the Halloween one. Disturbia. I know it's not. It's still psychological. I personally think. I was obsessed with Shia LaBeouf for like a few years before he went a bit weird.
Yes.
Disturbia. I moved back.
great.
I moved back from uni, and we didn't have Sky. We didn't have anything at all.
Yep.
All I had was my DVDs.
Yeah.
Disturbia. I probably watched that maybe twice a week for a few months until we got everything hooked up and everything sorted when I moved back home. I just love that film. It's like, I started watching it kind of just at the end of uni, so I was still quite young, and it was obviously Kale was on house arrest, and then he's watching all his neighbours, so it's kind of a bit like Rear Window.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about?
Rear Window, yeah.
The Hitchcock film where he breaks his leg and he's watching all his neighbours through his window, and then he sees something happen. And our Shia sees something happen, and then you can slowly figure out that his neighbour might be this creepy killer. And then he obviously falls in love with the hot new neighbor.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh my God, it's great. And there's so many like improv bits that you can just see. And I just find it funny and a bit creepy at the same time. I still find it creepy.
A very good pace to it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of horrors can lose the pace of something exciting happens and you've got a bit of a drag. Yeah. This one's like high intensity.
Yeah.
From the get-go.
And it's comedy as well. Like, it is funny.
Oh, and there's some bits where...
And it's fucking deep at the beginning. His dad dies. It's like, whoa.
And when you can mix that comedy in, because, like, for example, Shire is quite a funny actor.
Yeah.
When you think he did Holes and, you know...
God, I love Holes.
Things like this. And then... if your neighbour, like, when the neighbour, like, spots him and he, like, jumps back and falls and
then
is
she's
eating Twinkies and shit, like, it's funny.
He can't leave the house, so obviously he gets his new girl neighbour to go and follow him. And who is the actor that plays the neighbour? Who I can't remember his name, but he is so, like, weirdly a little bit attractive, as in he's very charming, but then when he's talking to the neighbour girl...
Oh, it's creepy.
It's really creepy. And I'm like, oh my God. Perfect. Perfect casting for a kind of teen, thriller-y, psychological thing. I love that one.
No, I love it.
But I watched that over and over again.
So many times.
Yeah, so many
But
fucking
Shia
times.
did a lot of films that I think were easy like that, like Eagle Eye, iRobot. There was so many at that time.
iRobot, yeah.
Oh, iRobot I can't watch now because I feel like it's going to happen. Like, iRobot is now turning from a sci-fi film to me into a horror film.
Real life.
Because that is where,
you know, it's going.
Yeah. I can't talk about AI. I get very upset and I get very scared.
Oh my God. Anyway, we'll leave that for another episode, shall we?
Oh, Lord. The robot episode.
Yes.
But one thing we haven't mentioned really is zombies, like zombie films.
Yeah,
We've touched on like vampires and werewolves and stuff, but I love zombie films. Yeah. I love and zombie series.
Yeah.
Not The Last of Us. Sorry.
Haven't watched it yet, so.
Well, they never really called them zombies, but they called them like the infected or whatever. And I'm like,
everyone knows that's how you become a zombie. Duh.
Nobody goes into an apocalypse wanting to hear personal stories. I don't care if you're depressed. I don't care if you're struggling with your sexuality. I want to see high intensity survival. You are trying to survive against infected people 28 days later, 28 weeks later. The Walking Dead. I want to see you surviving shit.
I get it.
Not having a crisis. No, the crisis is you don't want to die. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And so when series deviate from that and get too like personal and too like, oh, I'm gonna go have a whole episode on this person's feelings. Fuck off. Are you joking?
I just want to see some zombies eat some brains. If I'm
Having zombies chasing you is like a dopamine hit for me. Like it makes me go.
This is my question.
Yes.
Slow zombies.
Slow.
Or fast zombies.
Slow. Give me a chance.
Fuck me. Fast zombies.
Is it 28 weeks later? The guy with from
Robert Carlyle.
Yeah, beautiful.
Love him.
Absolutely.
Love him.
Parts of that make me feel unwell when I'm thinking I'd be dead.
I would be dead.
I'd be dead. There's absolutely.
Can't run to save my life.
I can't
literally.
Run. I'd have to fight. I'd have to stand and fight these scary people, and the fear.
It's the ravenousness of the fast zombies that really scares me.
And they've kept them looking very human.
Yeah. They're not like all...
Yeah, you know, they're not missing limbs and stuff. And so, you know, these are actual people that are infected.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, trigger warning. When COVID happened and they were burning all the bodies of people who had died from COVID, I remember sitting at home and being like, is this because they think that
they'll come back to life?
Come back to life as zombies. You know, not trying to be insensitive.
And
I'm not. I lost family members due to COVID. It was a horrible time. But I was like, because this is what we fear.
Yeah.
This is how it starts, you know? And even when I was watching, like, Contagion.
Oh, yes.
And there was this whole thing in Contagion where it's like, don't touch your face because that's how you'll get infected.
That's how I do it all the time.
Yeah, literally. And it was like, she touched her face like 87 times in the day or something. And then I remember being like,
how many times have I sitting on your hands, probably like...
Yeah, because I was thinking, God, if I rub my nose or my eyes or...
I do it all the time.
you touch your face all the time, don't you? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and that's what they kept telling you. They were like, wash your hands, wash your hands.
And you're thinking, oh my God, wear a mask, do this.
Zombie apocalypse.
It's coming. And like, I don't know about you, but do you have like a zombie apocalypse plan?
Absolutely not.
I have a plan. Do you not?
No, don't have a plan.
Oh my God.
I'm fucked. See you later. Eat me. Rip me apart.
I'll see you walking down my street. I'll be like, no.
No, you can keep me as a pet like Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, I'll just tie you up on the outside and then
we can play video games together? No.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, as long as you promise to do that, then I'll just...
Oh, no, I have a plan.
Okay, go on then.
Seb has a plan.
Okay.
In our house.
You can. You don't have to tell me. Like,
no, but it's cool because we've got 2 sets of gates, right? So
okay, yes.
We're already very well protected. And then we live near an Asda, a pharmacy. So, straight away it's like, boom.
Oh, yeah, medication.
Those,
food.
Get those. Some, like, weapons in the garage,
Oh, yeah. Actually,
illegal.
I might go to my mum's house.
Yeah, like...
A couple of shotguns there.
You got to have a plan. What is your zombie plan?
Yeah. I would do that. And she's probably got enough fucking food to last about 20 years. Tinny. Do you want a tinny, mate? Yeah, go on then.
Get your tin food sorted. Honestly, if I had the money to build a basement, I'd be like one of them freaky American people that has like a full-on underground.
Yeah, that's it. Right, my plan is I'm off to my mum's. She's got a basement.
She's got a basement.
Yeah, stone.
Kit it out.
Yeah, mate.
Get everything sorted down there.
Sorted, you could literally live
because
downstairs.
That's what you want. Luckily the UK is quite boring. In the sense where we don't get like hurricanes, we're very boring, but we're very safe. Very safe, and we don't have all these things. But if you've got a basement, man, you could survive anything.
Right, I'm off to my mum's. Carol, here I come.
There you go. Get everything sorted.
Love that.
Get your old DVDs down there. Honestly, I've kept a TV
make
with my DVDs.
A contingency plan.
Literally kept my old TV with my DVDs just in case there's a little bit of electricity because we've got little safety power grid things, and I'm there we go. I could sit under there, wait for the zombies to get a bit tired, then go up.
Would zombies die if they don't eat?
Well, they eventually will be so weak.
Like the one in The Walking Dead that's proper like...
Yeah. For me, do they sleep?
Oh, yeah.
Like, do they actually go, I'm tired now? And then you've got a chance to, like, kill them in the sleep,
Mate,
like a coward.
No, you always just see them just being like...
No. Well, it's like the ones... in I Am Legend, where they're all just like in the corner, like.
Oh no! I'm not about that.
And they're just waiting, aren't they?
No thanks.
Because that was freaky.
I'm
the
good.
idea that they can only come out at night because daylight like burns their skin or something.
Type
like
vibes.
That kind of stuff freaks me out. Like, actually, never mentioned it. A Quiet Place.
I was going to mention that.
Absolute sick film.
Fucking love them.
And the second one.
Oh my God, it's so good.
For a sequel.
And it was perfect.
Top notch.
I just love John Krasinski.
But how scary is that? It's like, right, you actually can't make a noise.
Oh, when she does she stand on something?
When she's giving birth, mate.
Yeah,
she's giving birth.
But she also, I can't remember. But...
Just small things where I'm like, right, so you're in a world where you can't make a sound. Okay, you're in a world like Will Smith where you can't really go out at night because they're all running around like batshit crazy kind of thing. Or even, I wasn't the biggest fan of Bird Box. I think it could have gone a little bit further.
That right, okay.
But again, it's like you can't if you look at them.
Oh, is that why they wear?
That's the premise. Like you can't look at them, which is still really freaky. But it's like, yeah, I think the part of the horror is to see it.
Yeah, I get you.
You so with that one.
Yeah, if you choose not to look at the screen and you close your eyes, then that's your choice. But it's just kind of like, well, what?
It's just, I was just a bit like, I get it. It's just not going as far.
Get you. I get
as I wanted, but it's still the idea of like changing your entire habit and survival skills is intense. That's what I like about zombie films.
Well, speaking of survival skills, have you seen Eden Lake?
No.
It's got. What's he called from?
Is it Ethan Hawke?
No, it's a British film.
Ooh.
A couple go they go out into the wilderness, and a bunch of youths come along. So I've just watched Top Boy. Youths, and start to kind of intimidate them, and the couple piss them off, and then it's like, oh, hell. Like kind of breaks loose. These kids freaking go feral, and then they try killing them, and then they tie them up, and it's just like and this girl's like covered in mud and at the end, and then she's like, well, I won't ruin it for you because if you've not seen it, I don't want to ruin the ending, but it's just kind of like a survival of them two kind of being tortured and hunted by these kids who are fucking rough.
Oh my god, that's kind of like one of your fun facts, wasn't it? Where those kids went in and killed that couple because it looked like fun to do or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fuck the youths.
No.
Absolutely not.
No,
Go
thank you.
read a book. Go be busy.
Yeah, and it's got... I cannot... This is like the worst thing. I have no knowledge. I'm like, that actor, that person. It's got a well-known kind of younger actor in it, and you'd know who it was if you saw it. But mate, that's kind of like a real thing that could happen. Like we were talking about our real... Yes. We like our scary movies because it's a real thing.
Speaking of real...
Yes.
What is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you?
Okay, here we go. So, it's actually not that scary, but it's my only real experience.
Okay.
So I used to work at a theatre in Leeds, and it's known to have a couple of ghosts in there. So there's a lavender lady, and I think there's a guy, like an older gentleman that's got like a top hat. And obviously it's an old building, blah, blah, blah. So I used to work on the bar, and I was either dress circle or upper circle, cannot remember, but obviously we had to come all the way down to stalls, and we used to leave via stalls bar. I'd gone, I've forgotten this. I think it was my locker key or something that I had to go back and get. So I went all the way down and went, oh God, I forgot it. Walked all the way up the back stairs, which is just kind of like a spiral-ish staircase. Opened the door to the bar, got my thing, closed it. A lot of musicals that go on at the theatre. I'm there like da 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 da, trying to sing along, having a good time, do 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 do, like walking down a couple of flights of stairs. No word of a lie, I'm just about to get to the last set of stairs, still singing along, having a great time, thinking I should be on that stage. I should. And here, not even just in the realm or above me, here I hear this shh. Like a shh.
They're shushing. They did not like you singing. They did not like you.
And the colour must have drained my face because I literally stepped onto Star's bar like. And one of them said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I think I got shushed by a ghost." And I proper just was like, and it went all the way up my spine, and it was literally right in my ear. It couldn't have been like a the wind or. Someone was still upstairs because everyone was down on Star's bar.
Just a big... And I think you know the difference between the wind and then like a shush sound.
It was a shh.
Yeah. You hit... Yeah.
And I was like, fine, I won't sing then.
Yeah, like...
I was like, excuse me?
Very sorry.
Yeah, but then I was also like, I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry. Please
I
don't
won't do it again. Please don't follow me home.
Yeah.
So that was my paranormal. No, it's funny, but it was kind of a bit creepy at the time. So there you go. So what's yours?
Man,
how many? You have so many to pick from, but here we go.
Yeah. So my house growing up was quite haunted.
Yeah.
In a sense, we even had to get some mediums in at one point because it got quite dark, and like I'm still somebody that will look for the science. I'm not necessarily those are ghosts, get the salt, I am, but you do look for was it the wind, was it whatever.
Yeah.
So I think one of the ones that always stands out to me is, we googled this and asked afterwards, is that we have a couple of spirits, poltergeists, that mimic. So I remember being in my house and I heard my auntie coughing, so I got up and I was like, oh, she's not gone to work, maybe she's unwell. Could hear her coughing like crazy, and I was like, ooh.
Oh no.
So I went downstairs, made her a cup of tea, and I thought I'll take it up to her, knocking on the door, and I was like, oh, hi, it's Romy. Roz, are you okay? And like dead silent, and I was like, eh? So then I like opened the door. She's not there.
Oh my God.
I literally made a cup of fucking tea for nobody.
And I know what she sounds like.
She's got a loud ass cough.
She's
a smoker, proper. But it was enough for me to think this person's ill. Like, my auntie's ill. I'll go make a cup of tea. I'll see if she's okay. What does she need from me? And there's nobody there. And it's mimicked a few times where, like, even when I'm working, so I could be working at like 2 p.m, and like I've heard my late grandfather saying his prayers, and it's
Since
freaky.
he passed.
Yeah. You can. It's like in the room. you can just hear like, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name," and because
you can hear his voice.
You can hear it, and you can hear him, and it's because it mimics. So like I've heard it. I've heard Seb be like, "Romy, Romy," like he's shouting me, like he's angry at me.
Oh my god, I'm getting the worst.
And then he's heard me.
Copying you,
literally, and it'll mimic things. So sometimes it's not scary because it's like meh, yeah, whatever. Like light switches, click, 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 click. It's not clicking, but you can hear it, and you're like, great.
I'd be like,
but when it mimics a person, so Seb was in my room and we were talking about something, and yeah, we heard like a proper man's voice go, "Shut up." From like downstairs. No one's there, and Seb was like, all right, mate, you know, and it was clear as day, but don't know who that was mimicking because it was like, "Shut up."
Have you got rid of these ones, or are these ones still here?
That one was recent. That one was recently, because it's not all the time. Like, don't get me wrong, if it's once or twice a year, sometimes, but it's that could be really freaky.
I'm like, I'm out of wine. I'm really scared.
Because I've done it before, where Mum's been like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'm like, "Nothing." She's like, "Oh, I heard somebody laughing," and I'm like, "Oh, it wasn't me." Oh shit! Those innocent things of where you think that something's there. It's weird. It's creepy, but
okay, no.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Holy moly! And then Remy's like, "Do you want to come round?" And I'm like, "You want to come round to my house?" Yes, please.
Well, Seb's new girlfriend. My brother's got a new girlfriend.
Oh,
yeah, she's new. She's new.
Oh, you do. Sorry, God.
Cute. She's never experienced anything in her entire life, like nothing whatsoever. And she came into our house, and she opened the drawer to get the mats out for the table, and the coaster went and like literally threw itself, like.
Shiz.
And she was like,
"Oh, bless her."
Because you do think, right, okay, maybe it was like put in a certain way where when you've opened the drawer, it's like jumped out.
No, it flew.
Like, when has that ever happened to?
Not me.
Anyone.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, ooh, maybe it recognised and was like, she's new.
Hey, let's mess with her. Whoa, that was so creepy. She's new.
Yeah, I know, like a piece of dust.
Creepy. Creepy is what we're going with. Creepy.
Yeah, creepy.
Yeah.
And now for this one, do we have any like morbid facts or fun facts?
Give me 1 second.
1 second to look up a morbid fact.
Well, it's on my list of morbid facts.
I don't think I have any fun facts today. Let
me just see. Okay. Right. Well, this is what I was looking at for another fun, creepy fact. The Insidious movies, seeing as I've never watched them before, because I swear to God, haunted as fuck.
Oh, another one?
100%. So obviously last time it was Amityville, but this one is everyone. It just really creeps me out. It's not even that bad, I don't think.
Okay. I don't know. Like, what?
Is everyone started to feel ill on set, only on set of the movie. I don't know why this freaks me out. They would hear buzzing noises. So we all know about flies and devilly type stuff.
Yes.
But they would hear buzzing noises from different areas where there was absolutely no one there. Nothing electric, not like an electric buzz or anything, like a buzzing. And it was reported that like every single person heard it.
Oh.
So I think you're either on like hallowed ground or something fucking weird is going on there. But there's a creepy morbid.
Which film was it, to go for like fun facts or creepy facts, where people who'd filmed it, like multiple cast members died?
Poltergeist.
Was that Poltergeist?
So
as well?
The little girl died during surgery. A lot of people got like cancer.
There was a guy
and died
who
from
died
it
on a plane.
Yeah, violent death.
And it was like the number 17, or there was a number. So like
I'm not sure of the number.
Yeah, if you look at it, his flight number. There's something about a little girl. Then the guy who, like, there was a car accident, and that was like number 17 on like the sign he hit or something. There was like a number that was correlating with it, and that was another thing where I'm like,
well, they used real bones, so what are you gonna do?
I know, but Okay, yeah, you know what? I would love to be in films, but I don't think I could do a horror film, okay? So if any casting agents want to cast me in something
Nothing
cool,
scary.
but horror film, I probably would be the best person for a horror film because I'd be that fucking scared.
I would give a really good
That'd be
performance.
the best performance ever because I would be shitting myself from
Put me in
beginning
a
to
slasher
end.
film. I keep saying it. Put me in a slasher film.
Ah!
Fine. Just not something supernatural. Thank you. Goodbye.
Do like a DiCaprio killing all the older women because he doesn't fancy them kind of slasher.
Sound
Cool.
fine.
I think he'd be a great villain, me.
Yeah.
I think he would. I'm like, come on, give me a good villain.
Wasn't he supposed to be in the serial killer that had like a house of horrors that would kill people, and then he had loads of like I'll find out. That can be my next fun fact.
Wow.
I'll find out about it. But it was like hinted and rumoured that he was playing this guy. I'll find out for the next episode,
Cool.
shall I?
Yes.
I'll make a note of it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's it.
That's all from us, folks.
Yes, thanks for listening.
Thanks for
Please
listening as
like,
always.
subscribe.
Sharing is caring.
It is. We care.
Yes.
So you should too.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you don't, you just might not get any more of this content. So that's
Which
your...
would be
be
devastating.
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 Absolutely devastating.
But yeah, we'll see you next week.
See you soon, kids.
Bye. Love it.